Dangerous levels of lead have been found in almost half of Ontario schools. There is no safe level of lead, and lead can cause brain and heart problems. And this lead-laced water could have affected up to 800,000 students across Ontario. Of all the lead tests done in Ontario since 2019 and 2023, about 13% of them had dangerously high levels of lead, with 48% of schools in Ontario having at least one high lead test. And approximately 4% of daycares in Ontario have also had lead levels exceeding the federal guideline. And while 48% of public schools have tested positive for lead, only 6% of private schools have. And one thing of note is that the federal guideline and the Ontario guideline are different. In the federal guideline, there should only be 5 parts per billion of lead in the water. Ontario allows for double that. And remember, there is no safe amount of lead, with children being particularly vulnerable to the effects of lead. It's been 5 years since the Government of Canada has lowered the safe amount of lead from 10 to 5, but Ontario, New Brunswick, and Saskatchewan still have not lowered their limits. This higher provincial threshold cuts the official number of exceedances, and it gives Ontarians a false sense of security. And of course, when pressed for comment, the Ford government had nothing to say. And the database is public, so if you just Google Ontario schools lead, that first link over here, it'll help you search. This will show you the lead results for any school or daycare in Ontario. The greatest indicator of whether or not there is lead in the water is the age of the school. The older the school in the neighborhood, the more likely there is for there to be lead pipes. Lead poisoning is a huge concern, and it would actually be impossible to just replace all the pipes, so I'm not asking for that. But the fact that the government isn't responding to comment, and the fact that the government isn't lowering what is considered to be the safe amount, is extremely concerning. Because the Ford government would rather that your child gets lead poisoning than actually do something about a major health concern.